we can touch on unhinged, mask-obsessed Nili Kaplan-Myrth. She's the recently and controversial trustee at the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board. And they held a special meeting last night, September 11th, to discuss a code of conduct violation that was issued against her. The complaint was filed by Trustee Donna Dixon, who alleged that Myrth breached sections 3.17 and 3.18 of the Code of Conduct in a series of text messages exchanged by the two, where it was alleged that Myrth's comments became increasingly racist and abusive. I think there's the third tweet that's embedded in the article there. You can see a sample of the tweets. Unfortunately, Nili Kaplan-Myrth has me blocked from Twitter, so I don't see each and every thing that she posts, but her tweets, and it's been alleged repeatedly by others that her presence on Twitter is really bullying and harassing. She is just relentless with allegations against anyone who disagrees with her, really. Will resort to things like calling them racists, bigots, homophobes, transphobes. I mean, the list, anything that she can slander and slam you on with in terms of ad hominem attacks, she will. So she was urging people at this time, her fellow trustees, to abstain or vote for her motion at the time. I believe this was in November of 2023. She, as we mentioned, is a mask-obsessed trustee, and she put forward a motion to mandate masking once again in schools in the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board region. And she meddled in her own motion and tried to convince and compel other trustees to vote with her and or abstain. And in this particular instance, with Donna Dixon, who is a Black woman, she told her that she shouldn't vote with white supremacists. And Donna Dixon, as you can see, maybe, are we showing it on screen there? Donna Dixon responded, "Leave me alone." And she said, "Don't talk to me about equity then." And the board meeting itself, we have a clip here when Nili became really unhinged and argumentative. And the radical Lyra Evans, the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board is really comprised of very radical trustees and board members. So it's really funny to see kind of like the war of the progressives and how they're internally fighting. It reminded me really of a kindergarten class. It was like, please stop being argumentative.
It's a lot like our board.
Yeah. And so I don't know if we can go back to that clip there, but Lyra Evans had to call a recess because of Nili's just unhinged inability to contain and control herself.
March 29th is more than 6 months after the interaction that she's complaining about that is out of order, according to the Education Act.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Her complaint about November 24th was lodged on May 29th. That is more than 6 months after the event. This is out of order.
So the complaint was lodged at the beginning of February, less than 3 months after the incident. The policy at the time had a 3-month window. I'm going to look to Executive Officer Giroux to explain this further.
Sorry, I just opened the relevant section.
March 29th is more.
Yeah, so there's some other clips that follow.
Yeah, there's a different clip. You just kind of loses it and interrupts, and I don't know if we have that handy, but I just want to say, you know, when people talk about Klaus Schwab and the way he looks, like he fits the role. He looks literally like the villain. And I feel like the thing with her is she really fits the Karen of all Karen's looks. Like, I don't want to be petty and look at the looks, but I just mean they're fitting such into that character look. And can we go back to a time when school boards were not so spicy and exciting? Like, I have seen so many videos that go viral of school boards. Like, what is going on here? This is supposed to be good for children. And the stuff that's happening with these people on the boards is just a reminder. Start paying attention to your municipal elections because, of course, way less people vote in those things. But look how important it is when you have people like Nili up there, who we've been reporting on for quite some time. It looks like there's an article here from True North. It says Ottawa School Trustee Nili Kaplan barely survives code of conduct vote. So that's sort of what this is all about. And a total of 8 votes were required to rule that she breached the code, but only 7 voted in favor and 4 abstained. And so in brackets, it says likely those who have supported her and her childish antics since she won as trustee a year ago. But do we have any of those clips that are a little bit more spicy to show? Because I think that would be really good if we have those handy. You know, there's even
I embedded a couple in the, oh, here it is. Yes, this one here. Let's roll this one.
She was attacked in a meeting. A black woman by a white woman. There are other times when members
Sorry, I'm going to object. I'm a Jewish woman.
So it's really funny because I don't think we can just cut this, but
everyone.
Here,
well, it goes on longer, but yeah. But that's when Lyra has to shut it down.
And that was enough. Inappropriate.
You
have been out getting from day one. You have going
Everyone.
Order.
This meeting is going on recess.
So embarrassing. The thing is that Nili's really getting a taste of her own medicine here. Nili went viral last year after she, what was called at the time, democratically oppressed a parental delegation from Nick Morabito, who was delegating on the basis of questioning the safety of his daughters to use bathrooms where biological males could willy-nilly decide that they're female that day and have free access to school change rooms and school washrooms, female specific school change rooms and washrooms due to a board policy. And we did an interview with him back in the spring of 2022, and he was silenced and cut off by Nili Kaplan-Myrth. So it's funny, they've come full circle. You're really seeing Nili is now being silenced and cut off because she just can't contain herself. She becomes so unhinged. And you can see there's a couple embedded tweets in the article that I wrote up, one from Chanel Fall, who we've also interviewed previously, where Nili becomes unhinged after the meeting and even potentially assaults an independent journalist. I think this is Donald, actually, upon closer look.
Donald Smith. He's now called Independent Media Ottawa.
I think so.
Sure. Well, not, for my own safety, it will be where
not inside the board. No. You can go inside that room there.
Sure, come on in here. But Rebel News is not allowed.
I'm not Rebel News. I'm not Rebel News. I'm independent. You can't kick me out. She can't kick me out. I'm not part of Rebel News.
Get out. We are speaking on our own. Yeah. No, we are speaking on our own. You can come in and speak afterwards. Right? Can you please tell her I'm going to speak right now where I don't have others around? Out.
No, it's a public meeting. I'm not Rebel News.
Get out.
Don't do that. Dude, I have you on video, Dr. Nell. You assault me.
Yeah, there's another angle of that where she,
Chantel, did you see that?
Where she closes the door.
Right on him. And so
another angle.
Donald Smith, he used to be Independent Media BC, but he is an autistic journalist. And here she is slamming the door on him. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. He's never been a Rebel News reporter. And according to him, he's assaulting. I never saw the other angle, Tamara. What did you think from seeing the other angle?
The other angle is pretty, you can clearly see that she's slamming the door onto him. I did embed that one in the article too. It's the one right under Chanel's Chanel's tweet or post. That's going to be so hard to get used to, this Twitter renaming. I think it's only 10 seconds if we could just throw to that one quickly. It's just embedded in the article right after that Chanel one we just watched. Let me just grab the link here. Oh, sorry, it's 34 seconds. Whoops.
Yeah, she's really, like you said, it's all coming down. Oh, there we go.
No, it's a public
you
meeting.
are. No, get out. Get out.
Don't do
I
that.
can choose who I speak to. Get
Dude,
out.
I have you on video, Dr. Nell. You assault me. Please.
Yeah, there it is.
People are getting abused just for being when people think they're Rebel News, we have to do a stand with Donald Smith now, and he's not even a Rebel News employee. But yeah, it's not surprising to me because she's always kind of been praised, but desperate.
Yeah, and if you go back to one of my previous tweets, I just posted a short clip of Nili months and months ago when she was wearing a mask in a Zoom call. And she says basically that anyone who wants to get back to normal, she calls them far-right, anti-mask, anti-vax ableists. Like if people just wanted to get back to normal, they were being called far-right, anti-vax ableists, according to family doctor, nonetheless, Nili Kaplan-Myrth. And we posted a really short clip about that here. Yeah, I mean, it's 2.5 minutes. Maybe we won't play it all, but here's a little teaser.
It is inappropriate to say that masks are some form of hardship. They are not. They are not cruelty, Matt. They are not in any way restricting people's ability to make friends, to play, to work, to do any of the things. In fact, there are places in the world where even, for example, in Italy, opera singers are on stage wearing masks. There is nothing that you are saying that is based in science or medicine. What you are saying is based in right-wing, anti-mask, anti-vax ideology, which has been your calling card throughout the pandemic.
All right, let's let him respond.
Sorry, you said something and then anti-mask, anti-vaccine?
Right wing, maybe?
Right wing. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
What I'm saying very clearly is you have stood with people. You were part of the push to politicize and to use the terms restrict and freedom and all of this terminology that is really, I mean, vaccine mandates are quite normal. We've always had them. School boards require that students are immunized against measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, meningitis. It's a normal thing.
The thing that I love so much about that clip is that I posted the screenshots and embedded them in what she's saying that directly contradicts what she's saying. And this was on the Steve Paikin show. It's actually from September of 2022, so a year ago. And the host, Steve Paikin, asked Nili, you're in your office alone. Why? Just to try to get your side of the story here. Why are you wearing a mask? And she just went off. And by the end of it, her eyes, it's all in the eyes for me. You can see her eyes become so enraged and aggressive, and her face is all red and flushed because, I mean, arguably she can't breathe. She's not getting enough oxygen, and she's exerting so much energy trying to fight everybody all the time. The fact that she evaded this code of conduct allegation based on one lacking vote is just absolutely absurd at this point. No one voted against it. 7 voted for, and 4 people abstained. And so they needed 8, as that article in mine did mention as well, as that stipulated. And they just didn't have that one additional person who had the fortitude to come forward and vote against her increasingly aggressive and nonsensical behavior. Like, this is, to be a trustee and to act with such professional disregard is really sad, and really, I think, part of why Ontario's Education Minister, Stephen Lecce, instituted that new legislation, the Better Schools and Student Outcomes Act, to increase school board accountability and rein in hysterical trustees just like Nili Kaplan-Myrth. And for anybody, too, who's curious, we launched a petition and campaign against Nili because she was repeatedly having the GoFundMe, not GoFundMe. What's that petition page that was shutting people down?
Go get funding?
Yeah, no, I can't. Anyway, there was 2 petitions launched by. No, it was another one. There was 2 petitions launched by concerned Ottawa parents who wanted to see Nili removed from her position as trustee after these comments and the way that she was conducting herself and her excessive and extreme bullying and harassment online. And the platform repeatedly took down their petitions. And so, change.org, that's it.
Change.org.
So Rebel News.
You should have just said Bill Gates's petition company.
So we started our own petition at firenili.com. There is hundreds of thousands of signatures there. And so, as she comes back into the news once again, if you would like to see this radical extremist removed from her position as trustee, then head over to firenili.com, sign our petition. Sheila did drop it off a few months back. And Nili once again became completely unhinged, screamed at Sheila, slammed the door in her face. So I think it's an appropriate time to kind of revamp that petition and keep the pressure on the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board, who has at least a few members who are too scared to vote against Nili. Yeah, look, here she becomes just so unhinged. And she's carrying her mask in her purse. And this claims to be someone who follows the science and is all about cleanliness and hygiene. Yeah, she comes back and she's shouting at Sheila here, "You will back off." And she looks even more ridiculous because Sheila's so calm.
I know, Sheila did really good there. But mask became almost like a superhero cape for some people who I think have never had an ounce of bravery in their life before. It was like you put this on and automatically it made them a good person when they're not. It made them a lifesaver when they're not saving any lives. And people just don't want to let that die. And I think it probably causes so much anxiety and frustration when you see people walking around happy and smiling and you can't get rid of that. You can't get rid of that thing. And you want everybody to just fall in line so bad. It must be terrifying. And it's sad. And I can't imagine my family doctor doing that.
Yeah, her patients. I would be extremely concerned. Hey, if you're a patient of Nili Kaplan-Myrth and you'd like to come forward with some information, feel free to reach out to us. tips@rebelnews.com. We would love to hear from you.
The wellness company Spike Support Formula is an all-natural supplement to help the people experiencing effects from COVID and the you-know-what. Go to twccanada.health/rebel today.